line up. I am going to start with Zimbabwe. On goal shooter, Sharon Buanali. Goal attack. On wing attack, Nicole Muzane. On wing center, Anima Julia. On wing defense, Daniel Nyambo. On goal defense, Elizabeth Kuwa. On goal keeper,
Ladies and gentlemen, to day 5 of the Africa Netball Cup 2024 edition. We are live here from the world-class stadium, that is the Dome in SWAKOPMUND, where the stage is set for the much-anticipated first semi-final between South Africa and Zimbabwe. This tournament is proudly brought to you by our main sponsor, Marine. Joining me in commentary today is Nelly, a renowned netball expert and commentator. Nelly, what can we expect from this electrifying encounter?
Well, thank you there for having me. It is an exciting day. South Africa comes into this match as the tournament's dominant force, excelling in both attacking and defense. They are the favorites, but Zimbabwe is no stranger to tough battles. Their resilience was on a full display yesterday when they clinched their semi-final spot on goal difference despite losing to Namibia. It's going to be a match that tests strategy, composure, and mental toughness.
As you heard there from Nelly, absolutely Nelly. Yesterday's drama was intense with Namibia needing 6 goals to advance but narrowly falling short of that target. Zimbabwe's determination though secured them the spot, and now they'll give everything against the formidable South African side. A big thank you to Marine for the invaluable support, ensuring platforms like this brings the best of African netball to the forefront on Namibian soil. Let's dive into the action. This is the semi-final you don't want to miss.
That's right, and we do have our first center there. It is definitely a South African center pass, and the game has started.
For those viewers out there, South Africa is in the white stripes, and the Zambian, their traditional, what is it? Actually bottle green.
That's right, bottle green, navy, military green, definitely in the green.
So South Africa has been the standout team in the tournament so far, winning all the group matches convincingly. Their depth and squad strength and tactical flexibility has been unmatched.
That's right, and our key strengths are known for their rock-solid defense, quick ball movement, and clinically finishing in the circle. Their mid-court players are agile and capable of creating turnovers that often translate into goals.
So South Africa converting that first one there. Zimbabwe about to respond as well.
And indeed, Zimbabwe actually converts that, bringing the score to 2-0.
Still early days in the match, Nelly.
Very, very early in the game.
Each other a little bit.
Of course.
And then the arm wrestle will start. From the
and then the arm wrestling will then start. I've witnessed a couple of those throughout the days. Very much more expected as it becomes very competitive and a bit physical in the circles. But of course, our match officials definitely
obviously
are very well
South
equipped.
Africa being the favorite as well here, no?
Of course.
All right, that is the South African defender there in your screen, a massive structure there. And that is Nicole Smith. She actually just came from the baby Proteas not so long ago.
And joining the big star Proteas, that's a very big move there, very commendable there from the young athlete.
I see quite a lot of junior players from the baby Proteas that they brought here. Is that now to give them exposure, or is it basically the future of South African netball that we're seeing on the court?
One thing that is noticeable and very commendable about the South African team is that they have plenty of talent, and they make switches wherever and whenever they can. I think it's definitely a development and growth strategy for the South African team.
Yeah, the development program in South Africa is really strong,
Right.
and it's really commendable as they have so much depth in their squad, and the options are endless for them.
Yes, that's absolutely right. Going back to the game right now, Zimbabwe in the lead with a 4-1 goal.
Zimbabwe just need to keep composure. Once you take the lead, it's advisable to stay in the lead, keep that gap. It is a small margin, but against a team like South Africa, such margins are of vital importance at the end of the day.
Absolutely. And I think even having suffered a defeat last night, I think they should really do, like I do agree with you, keep that composure. And actually the defense is doing quite a good job now, keeping those goals away from the South African goalpost or circle. And as soon as they do that in the early stages, they definitely will reap the benefits in the second quarter.
Players to watch out for South Africa. That is the captain, Kanisa Chawane, and the goal shooter, obviously, Elmarie van der Berg, has been shining on the other side there. Has been in phenomenal shape, leading to the scoring charts that we've seen of South Africa. The goal defense, Carla Pretorius, comes in with a lot of experience, World Cup experience, and so many. I think she's the highly ranked player amongst the caps
That is correct.
in this squad.
With 116 caps, so she's been doing such a great
So
job.
she's about 120 caps.
Over, yes.
Our speed limit here in Namibia is
Of course,
120.
Namibia. That is correct. She's definitely she's expected to be a very good game changer with key interceptions, of course. Now, expect South Africa to employ a fast-paced game, aiming to dominate the possession and maintain high-scoring pressure. South Africa's consistency and ability to adapt to different styles of playing make them the favorites. However, Zimbabwe will be looking to disrupt their rhythm with physical and smart play.
So for those that have joined us, the screen is correct. Zambia is leading South Africa 7-3 here at the African Netball Cup 2024 edition in SWAKOPMUND. If you have just joined us as well, please note that South Africa is in the white stripes and the Zambia in the green stripes. Zambia playing left to right on your screen, and South Africa from right to left.
That's right, but it is a bit early in the game. South Africa obviously trying to pick up and narrow the goal score there. It is a penalty there in the Zimbabwe circle, and of course Sharon thinks that one in for Zimbabwe.
Yes, South Africa's consistency and ability to adapt to different styles and of play makes them the favorites in this game. However, Zimbabwe will be looking to disrupt that rhythm and with physicality and a bit of smart play as well, which is already, as you can see, putting them in the lead as we speak.
Of course, and the likes of Nicole beautifully driving the game, very energetic, making sure that she really does push the ball forward with every chance that she gets. It is a turnover now for the South African team.
Now on to Zimbabwe, a team that has fought their way into the semi-finals with grit and determination, and it's just crawling over the line to get to the semi-final. The Zimbabwean Warriors secured their second place in the semi-finals on a goal difference after a dramatic pool stage where they edged past Namibia despite losing to them in the final match.
That's right. Now, Zimbabwe's resilience and teamwork stands out. They thrive on quick transitions, and their shooters are known for their composure under pressure, and they've been doing such an excellent job
One of the
circle.
teams, Nelly, that I've seen that doesn't have tall shooters, but they're surviving with the shooters they have.
That's right, and that is how we actually put it earlier on. They're very resilient, and they really fight to the nail, to the last whistle, and that is something that is really, really commendable in the circle of Zimbabwe. And beautiful chemistry as well between Ursula and Sharon. They've been doing such a brilliant job there in the Zimbabwean circle.
So Maseko there for South Africa and Van der Berg, a combination that has been working for them the whole tournament, but they're a little bit scrappy today.
Bit of a scrappy moment there in the South African circle, but I mean, like I said, it's early in the game. We probably warming up into the game, but at this stage, I think it's a bit risky to do a bit of warm up. But let's watch and see how it goes.
Yes, after the first quarter, you don't want to be trailing by too much. So much pressure goes on your defense to bring you back into the game.
Exactly.
And there's an intercept there by South Africa. Early days for Zambia's lead, and South Africa pulling one back there through a turnover.
That's right. And South Africa will definitely make use of this opportunity, narrowing that goal difference there between Zimbabwe to just a 2.
If they score this one, they'll be within 1.
Yes. So far, they're trailing right behind Zimbabwe.
Quite clean though this match defensively, I must say so far. But we're probably going to expect a lot of physicality as the match progresses.
Of course, I believe the tempo will actually pick up. Looking at the scores, I'm sure both teams would really want to give it their best. And of course, the circles will be very intense.
I think the building in South Africa is nice because just look at the height of the South Africans. Van der Berg there in front, and then you look at the back there, you have Nicola.
Yes.
So I think that the biltong of South Africa is just giving that height.
Of course, and that is really what they use to their advantage. It is definitely their height as well as speed as well. They quite are fast. One will have to really be 2 times faster than them. Beautiful feet there to Ursula, and who doesn't hesitate.
She has such composure now. For a person of that height, being put under so much pressure by the defenders, she has so much confidence, and it's just nice to see.
And of course,
Van der Berg.
lightning speed there of a turnover for the South Africans. And let's see the game face there from the South African shooters. It is definitely going to be a very tough one for both teams. But it is early in the game. Wishing both teams the best of luck.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Ursula one more time. Takes it, misses it, goes for the rebound.
She shouldn't have stepped in there. She already has the height deficit, and now you step into a defender that is twice your height.
Breaking any chains there, because of course your tall defenders from South Africa here will definitely not make it easy for her. Takes a big leap of faith there.
Nice step there.
And she sinks it in. Beautiful play there. Breaking there from the Zimbabwean midcourt.
Lovely technique there by Van der Berg. The way she just converts that goal. The winning attack of Zimbabwe, Nicole, has been crucial for feeding the ball into the circle, while the goalkeeper, Elizabeth Mushore, has anchored the defense, as you can see, putting a lot of pressure on the South Africans there. But throughout the tournament, Elizabeth definitely one of those that have been giving critical rebounds and blocks that brought them to the semi-final.
That's right, and South Africa is just having their equalizer there by turning one over. And it is 11-11. I do agree with you there with the defense or the shooters of Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe will likely aim to slow the game down, forcing South Africa to work harder for goals. The physicality and defense will be key to containing South Africa's shooters. Now, Zimbabwe may not have the same depth as South Africa, but the ability to stay in the fight and capitalize on opposition's errors makes them a dangerous opponent here. So I think for now they've been doing such a great job. And there you have it, Sharon.
So
Stevie
quite
Wonder.
evenly matched here in the beginning of the first quarter. Still a couple of minutes left in this quarter. It is the African Netball Cup 2024 edition. South Africa versus Zimbabwe. First quarter of the match. Semi-final 1. Still another semi-final coming up, Nelly. What do you think about that one?
Ooh, I believe it will definitely be another anticipated game, one not to miss. Both teams very competitive. It's just a matter of time. We tune in and we try and witness what will definitely transpire on this court today.
Yes, definitely. Exciting things still happening here at the Dome later on today. But for now, it is South Africa versus Zimbabwe.
With just over 2 minutes to go, the score is 13-2. South Africa in the lead. Beautiful balance there. And of course, with the accuracy, this is expected, bringing the score to 14-12.
Dominating height-wise and with accuracy. Quite a dangerous combination to have.
Lovely, lovely combination there between Kanisa, the captain of South Africa, with the wing defense deep there, and her goal shooter. A beautiful chemistry there to watch as balls are just going at bullet pace, and then it's just almost impossible for the defense of Zimbabwe. But yeah, like we said, it's early in the game. It's 1 minute 33 seconds to go. No technical changes thus far?
No, I haven't seen any. We're also not seeing movement on the bench, so it must still remain like that. But Upenyu, the wing defense of Zimbabwe, not really in the game yet. I have not seen much of her. She used to be one of those giving so much pressure on the teams, especially yesterday.
Especially yesterday with
Yes.
against the Namibian team. But I see Elizabeth there doing the utmost best. Beautiful, beautiful intercept there from Elizabeth, but winning the South African.
Very rare to see a South African shooter
missing that one. Not much expected, but she takes another one as the penalty is awarded to her, and she sings it in for South Africa.
Unnecessary mistakes there by the Zimbabweans when they started that center pass, and small errors like that, those are the margins that cost you the game.
And that you really, really need to avoid earlier in the game, because somehow you tend to adapt it throughout the game, and it becomes a bit dangerous there. So I think Zimbabwe needs to clean up those unnecessary errors there, just to make sure that they do keep in the game and see if they have a chance to remain victorious today.
Underberg always clinical there under the post for South Africa. And overcooked there by the most experienced player on the field, straight into the spectators. That was how far that ball traveled.
And another wasteful ball there from the Zimbabwean side.
Zimbabweans are I think they're panicking, or something is not right.
Yes, but ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. This brings us to the end of the first quarter. Please do stay tuned as we have the second, third, and last and final quarter still underway.
A team that has fought their way into the semi-finals with grit and determination, crawling over the line to get to the semi-finals. So much pressure goes on your defense to bring you back into the game. And there's an intercept there by South Africa. The early days, and South Africa pulling back there through a turnover. That the bottom of South Africa is just giving that the height. She has such really good coordinates in the circle. While the goalkeeper, Elizabeth Shore, the defense, as you can see, putting a lot of pressure, dominating height-wise and with accuracy. Quite a dangerous combination.
Lovely, lovely combination there between that they do keep in the game and see if they have a chance to win. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. It is the beginning of the second quarter. And on your screen right now, we have the Africa Netball president in the crowd, the South African crowd celebrating and cheering on the South African SPA team as they take on Zimbabwe. It is the second quarter, and we're just resuming that with Zimbabwe staying to pass.
Hopefully the coach spoke to them to bring down the game a little bit and keep composure as they had the lead and gave it up. You see, that's what we're talking about. You can't do that at this stage of the game.
That's right. That's very dangerous. Very risky as well. You really do want the chance given to you and make use of it to its fullest potential. However, Zimbabwe really is struggling with that one.
So Zimbabwe making a change there in the mid-court. Maybe it's not working for them in the mid-court. They brought in Tandikile.
The center position, I believe?
Yes.
Right.
So changes, hopefully, that will work out for them.
Of course, Sharon not comfortable there, feeding it to her new center, who gives it to Ursula and sinks it in there for the Zimbabwean team. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are just joining us, we are live in the Dome SWAKOPMUND, the beautiful city of Namibia, and this is the first semi-finals for the day, and it is the women team Zimbabwe facing South Africa.
So interesting facts though, Nicola Smith, the goalkeeper of South Africa, 1.88 meters tall.
What a height.
Obviously not Mary's height though.
No, definitely not Mary's height. But she's quite tall. Definitely her height will come in play beautifully there in the defense of the South African team.
Back home she plays for the Matties, which is a university team in the University Varsity Cup of South Africa.
I believe that's one big tournament back in South Africa. It's very, very serious, intense competition as well. And I believe this is where such a beautiful talent is scouted from.
One of the reasons why South African netball is so strong is because of all those competitions they have, such as the Varsity Cup that they have annually. And obviously their school structures and the TNL that they play. So all these cups definitely bring so much depth within their squad.
Of course, and hence South Africa's national team is really blessed with so much talent and so much depth, and they never are in lack. They always have players. Definitely South Africa on the attack right now, and an infringement there by the goal defense, feeding it there to Nicola, who sinks it in there for South Africa.
So if you've just joined us, welcome to MBC2. We are live here at the Dome in SWAKOPMUND. It is the African Netball Cup 2024. It is the female edition. And it is South Africa versus Zimbabwe that you're seeing on your screen now. South Africa starting to lead and taking control of this match. The score 21-15 in favor of South Africa. Zimbabwe is still having an opportunity to bring back the deficit and definitely still in the match. And still just need to bring down the game, though, that is Zimbabwe.
Absolutely.
Too much errors on their side.
That's right, and a bit of misses there, costing the team. Definitely a bit of a tip there from the defense of South Africa. South African spectators anxiously waiting to see if this actually will end in their favor. It is a throw in there for Zimbabwe. Ursula takes the throw in. Ooh, a bit of a more push there from Sharon, who takes a tip, but fastly and quickly picks herself up. Back to Ursula, who unfortunately for Zimbabwe misses that short, and South Africa at the speed of lightning, making sure that they do get their ball right in their goal circle.
But you know, when you have a height deficit like that, why are you playing a high ball instead of playing just down here where the tall defenders cannot reach?
Makes it difficult for them to bend for the ball.
It is.
Good question, but I think when in the game really you're used to something, you definitely will carry it out with the hopes of it will definitely play out in your favor. But hopefully they do get to read the game and make the changes that needs to be made, or see if they can try. Kanye Kamu taking that one, beautifully singing it in there for SA.
Kamukelo also coming through the under-21 system and just rapidly made her way into the national team. Good to see how their under-21s are being filtered into the national team, meaning there's so much opportunities created for them.
That's right, that's right. Such beautiful talent not gone to waste there. And of course, with them at that young age, flying their country's flag high and proud. Very commendable there.
The goalkeeper there of Zimbabwe, such a fighter, I must say.
Elizabeth will definitely fight tooth and nail. She is one to give pressure to any shooter given to her, and that was evidently seen in the Ugandan game. Beautiful, beautiful defense from her side as well.
Not sure I think they're making a tactical substitution there. Looks like Ursula is gonna, not Ursula, but
Rifilu. Rifilu seems like she will be.
Nicole will go to center.
She will be taking a wing attack.
Nicole,
and
surprisingly, is going to
wow,
shoot.
That's a beautiful, beautiful
versatility.
Versatility. Important. They do say that as a netball player, at least master three positions.
And she already makes an impact there, breaking and splitting that defense open of South Africa.
She did that single-handedly, if I do say so, and she did sink that ball in the. What a shock! What a shock to this tournament.
From center to goal attack. That's very rare to see. Normally center to wing attack, but center to.
Yeah, I believe she actually was the wing attack, and she is the GA. Yeah, that's very, very interesting to see there. But let's see how it plays out throughout the tournament. Zimbabwe is still in play here.
So South Africa leading, that is 26 goals to 16 here at the Dome. 10 goals the difference between the two. Still doable, but difficult against a side like South Africa to recover from a 10-goal deficit in the second quarter.
I do agree, but nothing is impossible. This tournament has taught us, if anything this tournament has taught us is surprises and more surprises. And another coach killer there from the Zimbabwean shooters. winning South Africa this turnover. And look at the speed. Beautiful, beautiful split there from Kamu, who actually sends it in. Another one of the fans' favorites. Young as she is, she's really, really made a name for herself there at the Spa Protea team.
Still, I want to see the wing defense of Zimbabwe, Epunyu, come to the play. She has one or two, but she has just not come to the play at all. And you need to have that pressure on the attacking force of South Africa to be able to contain them, as they're already prolific in the circle and very accurate. So you need to kill the ball mid-court, and that is how you win the game.
Right, right. I'm not sure what the struggle is there from her side, but hopefully she does pick up, and she does pick up soon. A bit of a tip there from the wing defense, South Africa. Ooh, beautiful, beautiful escalation there from Nicola Smith, who will not let any opportunity pass by or slip by her fingers.
So the substitution, Lovu, coming on center for Zimbabwe, for them to be able to take
Ursula off and then bring the wing attack right to
Nicole,
the GA.
take Nicole.
Yeah.
To goal attack.
Yes. Hopefully it was a smart decision.
But yeah, that is. You can see how she's splitting open the defense, which gives the shooter an opportunity, to be free and be able to take the shot. So the goal shooter, Sharon.
That's right. Now the beautiful chemistry there once more between the wing attack and the GS of South Africa. Unfortunately, South Africa losing that one day to Zimbabwe, and Zimbabwe currently on the attack. And let's see whether or not the midcourt will definitely make sure that it does get to their goal circle.
It's so lovely to see when your shooters are also helping on defense. But mostly they create context, though.
It makes it easier, and they do. I think they're just more prompt to attacking. That when you get into defense mode, it's a bit reckless because I think culturally, shooters are more to not be blown in contact. In the shooting circle, it has been that the defense are always the ones.
The substitution just scored.
On the substitute just scored. I think it was a good move there from the coaches of the Zimbabwean team. It is the second quarter with just 5 minutes to spare, and there's still time to see the changes that has been made. Forced to play back there, forced oversight there from the captain, South Africa.
Very difficult to get that ball if the player is blocking that line like that. Unnecessary. You cannot get that.
Most especially in the early times of the game. I mean, fourth quarter, perhaps we can try your luck.
Beautiful shot there. That is by Sharon.
And it is still a 10-goal difference there between South Africa and Zimbabwe, battling it off at the first semi-finals.
I think the Zimbabweans started off with their energy levels really low, and right now you can see it's picking up slowly but surely in the game. Or maybe it's the confidence that was not there in the beginning. The players just need to learn not to concentrate on names. That team is ranked higher than us, and sometimes it affects the players.
That is a very, very, poisonous mentality, because it really does work through them. Look at the GA splitting those defense, like you mentioned, and it's just a matter of Sharon really, really making sure that she does come and get the ball comfortably. But unfortunately, for the Zimbabwean team, it is a throw in there for South Africa.
Well, it's like putting a Ferrari in the field and you want to go score. So bringing that pace up there in front and making sure the defense of South Africa is not able to contain her, and opening up them wide open.
Only time will tell, ladies and gentlemen. It is 30-19. South Africa stealing that center pass there from Zimbabwe. Winning an opportunity to broaden that goal difference even wider and wider. Another break in there from the Zimbabwean attackers. Beautiful feed there to the GS, and she always gets those feeds. How does one work around that? I just want to know, because those overhead balls passes to her, they make it seem so easy. And I know with the height, of course, very, very, very advantage to her. But yeah, they just make it look beautiful.
But I think they need to tighten up, you know, if the
Right.
goalkeeper can tighten up, put pressure on her,
Right.
forcing her to do more work, because
That's
now
right.
she's way too free and has too much space
That is
to her
right.
availability.
Especially the space. I think you're right. They really need to tighten up a little bit there to make sure that at least they give the pressure that is needed to the GSA South Africa.
But I know the goalkeeper will find a way, Elizabeth. She's also one of those experienced young players that is coming through the ranks
Of course.
from Zimbabwe as well.
Right.
She just needs
need
to
to see
tighten
her.
up.
Yeah,
we
we
need to
really
see
need
her,
to
put
see her.
pressure on, and you can see now South Africa just trying to pull away now to 11 goals.
And
You see what I'm saying? That
Frenchman,
utilization of the space. She just has
She
space
just needs
awareness.
to- Oh, she does, very much so. And it's just her positioning.
The confidence, the walk.
The game phase, the confidence. I mean, she really knows her thing, and she's really gotten comfortable around her circle. She definitely is the queen there, and she will make it known that I am the queen, and this is my ring.
If she could, she'll probably paint the nails for the game. Eh?
That's right. So much fun here at the Dome MTC SWAKOPMUND Namibia. It is South Africa facing Zimbabwe, and if you are tuned in, please do stay back and
Just
enjoy.
look at the take there. Difficult to play against that height. Need to make sure of the pass. Nicola just stepping in front of the goal attack.
The arm wrapping that we spoke about has started. Lovely battle there between the two teams. Ooh.
She did everything right until she touched the ball.
She touched the ball, of course, yeah.
Easy shot there.
By Kamu.
If you've just joined us, welcome. It is South Africa versus Zimbabwe here at the Dome African Netball Cup 2024. You're live on NBC2. It's Zimbabwe playing in their green stripes and South Africa in the white stripes. Unfortunately, Zimbabwe trailing now by 13 goals to 20. By 13 goals, the score 34-20.
That's right. That's a 14-goal difference, but can they actually minimize that with just a few seconds left?
Well, in netball, you need 5 minutes to bring back 10 goals.
That's right.
Simple as that.
We have seen what had happened throughout this tournament. It's just a matter of time and how you utilize it. And
yeah, but you need to be constant. And there's an intercept there by the goalkeeper, Elizabeth of Zimbabwe. That is what we've been waiting for.
That's what we've been waiting for the last 2 quarters. And here she comes out to shine. Beautiful tap there from GK. Ooh, and she's pushing. It is a turnover there for South Africa, and of course they waste no time. But unfortunately, because we are racing against time, it is the end of the first half. Zimbabwe facing South Africa with a 34-21, 13-goal difference. South Africa definitely in the lead, and we will be back with the third quarter.
Action-packed netball at the male section. It is Zambia leading Lesotho by 33 goals to 9. So also half-time at that side at the moment. So please, if you would like to stretch your legs, this is the time to do so. And try to get back before the start of the third quarter.
And we are back for the third quarter of this gripping semi-final. South Africa holds a comfortable lead over Zimbabwe, but the job is far from done. South Africa's midcourt has been stellar so far, with their wing attack threading pinpoint passes into the circle. Nelly, what did Zimbabwe need to do to claw back their way into this contest?
Very difficult one there, Dimitri, but I believe that Zimbabwe needs to tighten up their defense and just disrupt the South African flow. They are allowing too many easy entries into the shooting circle. On attack, they need to show more patience and composure. Rushing passes has cost them valuable turnovers in the first half.
Yeah, great point there. And speaking of turnovers, South Africa's defense has been on an absolute wall, 2-meter wall there, and they have been brilliant. Their timing, the interceptions are just perfect, and the goal shooters also have been standing out, converting almost every opportunity. So their conversion rate really being very high for this last quarter that they played.
Yes, the South African shooting duo has been clinical. Zimbabwe must just challenge them more physically and force them to take shots from awkward angles. It's all about disrupting their rhythm.
Yes, and the third quarter is underway. They call it the championship quarter.
They call it the championship quarter, the do-or-die quarter. And I think they do so for a reason, because really determining if whether or not they make it or break it, this is the quarter to actually analyze.
Zimbabwe saw that, as we spoke earlier on, the wing defense hasn't been producing much, no aggression, no hunger there. So they've put on Zimusi. Zimusi is now on wing defense. That is for Zimbabwe. Hopefully that will contain the South Africans.
Definitely. They do need that pressure, because they've really been dominating in the attacking area. And I think a bit of disruption there, as mentioned earlier, is quite needed.
So South Africa still leading 34 goals to 23. Zimbabwe really need to step up and try to win it in this quarter. Otherwise, this game is going to be very difficult to win at the end. But as we saw the changes there, the goal attack definitely splitting the South African defense open every time. And now they've learned. They're playing the ball down instead of playing the ball up.
Of course, let's see how long they will keep that and see if whether or not South Africa defense will actually read that one. But if you really are joining us for the first time, it is the African Netball Cup 2024 here in the beautiful city of SWAKOPMUND in the country, in Namibia. It is 35 to 25, 11 goal difference. It is the championship quarter, and only time can tell. Beautiful.
Yes, beautiful intercept there by the center of South Africa.
Refilwe, she's been really very dominant in the the mid-court and really driving the South African game. And she doesn't even seem to be sweating, shedding a sweat or anything there. She's taking it very
We are
cool.
feeling the heat of this netball because it's really hot here.
Right.
On court. And the temperature a little bit hot as well here at the coastal town.
That's right. A bit of a sunny side of things here in the coastal town. Unfortunately for South Africa.
It's 69 degrees Fahrenheit outside.
Ooh,
so
all right.
the temperature definitely picking up.
Definitely
The
it is picking
netball
up.
also.
And then the netball courts right here, definitely feeling the heat. If you do find yourself in SWAKOPMUND, please do join us at the NTC Dome. Zimbabwe could not even get that ball in the center third, losing that ball once more to South Africa. And South Africa seeing if whether or not they could actually capitalize on this one.
So those that are at home here in the coastal town, make your way to the Dome. It is where the action is happening. Second semi-final is going to be between Uganda and Malawi. So still a lot of action. The male teams are playing on the other court as well.
That's right.
There's going to be a final tomorrow of the male.
Of course, as well as the female.
So since it's so hot, please pull out your summer shorties.
Of course.
And flip-flops.
And your cool beverages that do join us here.
Yes, the cool box, as they say.
The cool box.
Cool box.
South Africa missing that one. Beautiful rebound there from the captain and fighting for that ball.
Just giving pressure there, and they needed to do that very early in the game.
That's right. But be as it may, she's still in the game. And with 1 quarter and 11 minutes to go, I think she can still continue with that pressure there for the South African shooters. Nicola taking a
Vandenberg's conversion rate must be in the 90s. She hasn't missed much. Has she even missed this game?
Yes, unfortunately, she actually has missed 1 or 2. But, because of her height, the rebounds is not sure if that does count, though.
It does.
Oh,
actually,
okay.
every miss counts. And if you take the rebound, it's a new shot.
Sharon once more there. Love her composure. She really does have a composure.
And she's a fighter. She is a fighter. One of those that you can take with to war.
Oh, Nicole having a moment there, losing that ball unfortunately. And South Africa definitely going to capitalize on this one. And look at how fast Speed Lightning there to the goal
that's
circle.
what you need to do, because before the defender reacts, you have made the pass already. And that's been South Africa's game style all
along.
Tournament long.
Yes. And very, 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 very interesting there.
It's good to see Zimbabwe back on court with at least a little bit of fresh energy after
I think so too.
And their captain is rallying behind the team.
And it's evident there's really the movements and the
let's see if they can make and push close up that gap that is in between them and South Africa in this third quarter.
South Africa's really, really showing dominancy here as far as the goals are concerned. It is definitely a 15-goal difference, and they would like to keep it that way, and they will run with it, definitely.
What a take there by Sharon.
And just look at her face, always composed. She
Composed.
always is composed. South
Carla,
Africa.
they're just giggling and saying, yo, she got me there.
Very much so. But of course, being the defense that she is and playing internationally, Super League, if I do say so myself, she's very, very prone to such disappointments, I believe. But she definitely is a beautiful athlete to watch.
The South African wing defense has also been quiet. That is Jamie van Dijk. I haven't seen much of her. A little bit involved, but nothing really from her. I thought I would expect more, because when she was in the baby Proteas, she did produce way more intercepts, and the pressure from her was, okay, maybe it's a senior level.
Of course, the pressure, definitely pressure temperature goes higher and higher and higher as the stages go higher as well. So, I mean, we live, we learn.
It must be an advantage having a 1.8-meter wing defense as well.
It should be very intimidating physically to begin with, and of course with the speed that she brings upon, I think beautiful to have an athlete that of such height in your midcourt. Sharon, lovely balance there. Misses that one, because you can't have that whole defender not get that rebound.
Not at all with Nicola there in the circle, Nicola Smith, the towering figure there.
And in just a few seconds, they make sure that they utilize the turnover, and it is their center pass. Look at that move, and look at Elizabeth winning, beautifully intercepting that ball there for Zimbabwe.
It's good to see the Zimbabweans busy defending and the energy levels back, and I think the confidence has grown now and seeing it's possible. So much space available to her.
Very much so.
I think the vision from the midcourt is just there, seeing the shooters, all the shooters' vision to see where's the space.
Sharon one more time. It is a beautiful war here on this court, and it is South Africa facing Zimbabwe, and there is a change.
Yes, as I told you, Zimbabwe started playing the ball down, and the height was a bit of a challenge. You know, being that tall, it takes you about 3 seconds to go down for a ball. Now they brought in someone with a bit more agility.
Of course, and definitely needed the fresh legs perhaps as well. And that is the substitute of the goalkeeper.
And Retief coming on goalkeeper there for South Africa. And she's going to bring in the agility there to contain Sharon, because Sharon has just been doing a lot of damage there in the circle for Zimbabwe. So the South Africans want to contain Sharon in this quarter by bringing on Retief and Retief on goalkeeper.
That's right, 43 to 28, and South Africa in the lead. The third quarter with just over 6 minutes to go. South Africa currently attacking.
Just playing very casual, South Africa, building up their confidence as they've built
there we
up
have
a
it.
lead. Another intercept. And this is what we need. And I told you, you just need 5 minutes to turn the game around.
That's right. Just
but they
5
need
minutes.
to be clinical now, especially with these turnovers coming from their defense. Elizabeth Mashore and her partner there, that is Felistas Kwangwa.
That's right, beautiful duo there, doing very exceptionally well, especially the end of the second quarter and this third quarter. Beautiful, beautiful chemistry between the two of them there. Unfortunately, leaving Kamu there alone, who takes it, sinks it in for South Africa. Oh wow, what a lovely escalation there. Zimbabwe center pass. And of course, South Africa's center, Refilu, definitely taking advantage with those weak center passes there. Zimbabwe losing those to South Africa. However, Zimbabwe gets their ball back as it is their turnover.
It is day 5 of the competition. We expect a lot of fatigue coming through. So definitely the brain also starting to slow down as well.
Oh yes, you do need mental strength throughout this competition. Knowing very well that Zimbabwe took Namibia in the late hours yesterday and back on court in the afternoon of today. A bit of fatigue physically as well as mentally definitely starts to kick in.
I remember that these players go through anti-doping. Unlike me and you, we can take a Red Bull here or something.
That's right.
But definitely the players can't do that.
Unfortunately
having
not.
to go through anti-doping. Because the amount of energy stuff I had to consume to sit here definitely would be red flagged at the anti-doping.
Of course, and of course we do not want that, but we do really commend athletes. I always say I respect athletes. Not the most easiest job to do on this, the very, very difficult job to do, but it is very commendable that they keep fit and mentally as well fit. It does take a toll on their body as well as their mental. Beautiful one-time shot there from the GS South Africa. That's right. If you're just joining us, it is the African Netball Cup here in SWAKOPMUND. Beautiful feet there, beautiful balance there, lovely feet there. What a beautiful display of skills and athleticism there from the Zimbabwean forward.
And it's her ball.
She gives it to Sharon, of course, who uses this opportunity. Beautiful, beautiful replay there by the Zimbabwean attackers and shooters.
So on center we have Tarle Mate, that is for South Africa. Substitution day being done. I think Ketsa just did enough work for this game. She brought so many intercepts.
That's right. Look at that, contesting at the center post.
Very patient that is by Felistis.
Trying to carefully and safely play that ball to their circle.
One of the experienced Zambian players there, Felistis.
That's right. She really has been showing beautiful skills. Oh, unfortunately for Zimbabwe, they lose that one. There is a 17-goal difference, a margin there.
Well, South Africa is busy starting to stroll away with this match, leading by 47 goals to 30. It is the third quarter of the semi-final, the first semi-final of the Africa Cup Netball Africa Cup that is happening here at SWAKOPMUND in Namibia.
That's right, and what a thrilling start to the day, and that is South Africa facing Zimbabwe. Very beautiful war here, and we do have the male side of court as well, battling it off. And if you really are late to the game, and it's never too late, it is the first semi-finals. Please do stay tuned, as a lot of more action and entertainment coming through your way.
So on the other court, we have Lesotho and Zambia on court 2. That is not on your screen now. Lesotho versus Zambia, the male division happening on the other court. The score is 50 to 16. Zambia leading Lesotho there.
Right.
So quite a massive gap between the two on the other court. You can tune on the other side on Netball Namibia's page to find that match. But for now, it is South Africa versus Zimbabwe.
So much hard work there from Elizabeth, unfortunately, for her team. Really disappointing her there in the big court, and losing that ball again to South Africa. And of course, South Africa uses it to their advantage.
So another match that is lined up later in the day is Kenya versus Namibia. That is for the male. Namibia being the debut and getting their first win yesterday.
Very exciting moments there for the host, Namibia. It was definitely a very lovely, electrifying game, actually. And they definitely are going to be very proud of that moment. And hopefully they actually win today's game as well. But only time will tell. And this is Sharon back to the game, and she sinks it in there with...
just make it look so easy. The way they're transitioning between left and right,
lightning speed,
availability of their players. It's just so nice to see.
Like you want to tie your opponent to your hip so they just don't have one over you. But South Africans are quite fast, and that's just commendable. I mean, how else are you going to get rid of, hold of those balls?
On the offense, they're doing good. On the defense, they're doing good. So, and that has created the gap, and South Africa going for a half century there and breaking the half century now. So the score is 50-32.
All right, with just seconds to spare, ladies and gentlemen, it is South Africa with Zimbabwe. Beautiful escalation there again. I mean, Elizabeth doing the utmost best, delaying those shots, and this really does bring us to the end of the third quarter. And please do stay tuned as we bring you the last and final quarter between Zimbabwe and South Africa.
50 goals to 32, and it is of course the 2024 edition of the African Netball Cup from the beautiful MTC Dome in SWAKOPMUND, proudly hosted by Netball Namibia and sponsored by Marine Namibia and the Ministry of Sport, National Service and Youth National Service. Again, if you could please the athletes, we still have the anti-doping stall at the entrance of the hall. So if you would like to familiarize or educate yourself about doping, please go make a turn at the doping stall right there at the back as you come into the arena. After this, we will have the second semi-final where we will see Malawi and Uganda in the males.
it's always composed. South
Carla,
Africa.
they're just giggling and saying, "Yo, she must be
Then she brings the ball and,
heading into the final quarter, and South Africa has established a commanding lead. It is a 50 goals to 32 over Zimbabwe. Nali, what do you make of South Africa's performance so far?
it has been nothing short of dominant. Their speed and precision is both attacking and defense have been exceptional. The shooters have the shooters have hardly missed, and their defenders are making life incredible tough for Zimbabweans. They've truly showcased why they are one of the strongest teams in this competition.
Yes, definitely, and Nelly, it was expected, as the rankings also, they were far above Zimbabwe. But absolutely, Zimbabwe, on the other hand, has struggled to find consistency, but their team never gives up. That's one thing I love about Zimbabwe. They've shown resilience throughout the tournament. What do you think they can aim for this for the final quarter?
Well, Dimitri, at this point, it's all about pride and finishing strong. They need to stay composed and make the most of their attacking opportunities. A few quick goals should build momentum, but it's all about tightening up their defense to limit South Africa's scoring spree.
100%. They've made changes though. Van der Berg has been taken off, being rested obviously for the big game.
For the big game, of
they
course.
have a comfortable lead, and they've brought in a Marie Venter.
Right, not also new to our screens. Very, very, very skilled, talented player there as well.
It's not like they've made a change, right?
It doesn't seem like it.
It's like your same player still on court, basically, for South Africa, just picking
same
up
level
where the
of
partner left off.
Of course. That is very, very beautiful because, I mean, it's very complementary actually, and South Africa really is very known for that as well.
Yeah, South Africa will look to maintain their tempo and see this game out comfortably. But as we have seen, netball can turn in a matter of minutes. Can Zimbabwe stage a dramatic comeback, or will South Africa cruise into the final? Let's find out in the final 15 minutes.
Actually, 13 minutes.
13 minutes to go.
Left to go. So beautiful feet there. Accuracy, of course, expected there.
Marie Venter.
Marie Venter.
Standing already at 100% shooting.
Picking and poking wherever they can, the South African defense. Beautiful athleticism there, and of course Nicole sinks it in there for Zimbabwe. I mean, Zimbabwe is definitely consistent with their playing. They don't show any exhaustion. They don't give up easily. They are fighting tooth and nail. Even with the goal difference, I believe Zimbabwe definitely is ready to wait for them. And again,
as you said,
Elizabeth.
they're fighting for pride. And at this stage, it's going to be difficult to come back. But it's good to see the team spirit and saying, look, we're going all the way until that final whistle.
Absolutely. Beautiful feet there to Sharon. I love her way of playing. Very composed, doesn't sweat for anything or anyone, and she will definitely play her game to the end.
I think that that combination is working for Zimbabwe, as they are splitting the defense open, making it very hard for the defenders to contain them. The only challenge is the consistency in the passes. Then it's overhead, and then they're in trouble when it's overhead.
Of course, I think they should really try to avoid that sooner as they
And
can.
the block, and she fumbles it. What a block. The timing, impeccable.
Impeccable, a beautiful timing there from the South African GK. It is a throw in there for Zim. Both shooters being blocked right behind.
You see what I just said? That inconsistency in the passes is just costing them. Just when you're about to say, hey, they're getting back in this one, then they mess it up.
And what does South Africa do? They are just there they're like opportunists. Every opportunity they get, they definitely go for it. And they do it beautifully so as well.
Over the top there, beautiful pass there. And also just a beautiful take there by Marie Venter.
Lovely take there. I mean, we expect nothing else but accuracy from her.
So those that have just joined us, welcome. That is to the African Netball Cup 2024 female edition happening here in SWAKOPMUND at the Dome. It is South Africa versus Zimbabwe. South Africa leading by 55 goals to 35. And the Zimbabwe just trying to crawl their way back into the match, struggling a little bit in the circle.
Loving the GA of Zimbabwe. What is that?
Carla Pastori is a little bit quiet in this game.
She's been quiet throughout this game.
Quite quiet. I think the keepers and the wing defense are the ones we've seen more.
Sharon having done what she could do for her team, now getting off court and introducing a new goal shooter for Zimbabwe.
The goal shooter coming on, she's under 21. She was part of the under 21 squad of Zimbabwe at the games earlier in the year. So on goal shooter now we have Ndlovu Tandazile.
And she just made the replacement there. And it looks like there's another technical change there from the South African side. And it is introducing a new wing defense.
It's good to empty your bench, rest your players for the finals, especially for South Africa.
That's right.
Already in the lead, very comfortable lead, 20-goal different lead. So for them now it's to empty the bench and give the bench an opportunity. But you also don't want to make a mistake and make too many changes as well.
You have to be very careful there. But I believe, as introduced earlier,
Boitumelo is the one that came on. So Boitumelo came on wing defense. See, that is the height they needed. They needed to start with her on goal shooter. They needed to start with someone that has that height and can dominate in that circle. Not taking anything away from Sharon. Sharon did a brilliant job.
She absolutely did. And I think also it's very important to have a, skilled, bit of a veteran there under the pole there. Just mix it up with a bit of height and youthfulness there, just to balance it all out.
Yes, definitely. And Tandazile and Ndlovu yesterday giving Namibia quite a tough time when they were playing. When they brought her on, Namibia really tried to contain her when she came on yesterday's game. So I hope that she can also do the same and make the impact that she did yesterday with Namibia, and her height, just look at her towering. Okay, not on the shot right now.
Yeah, with a 20 goal difference here, I believe that that is something that she could try to minimize. And miscommunication there, a bit of a split there. But of course, the defense definitely was on top of her, and then Zimbabwe that is losing that ball.
So for Zimbabwe, they also have brought back Anifa Luya. She's back on center.
That's right. Probably had a bit of a rest there.
Yeah, probably had a team talk and a prep there by the coach. It's always good to take out the player, give them instruction, and put them back on after you've given them the instruction.
Umpire calling for a throw in there for the Zimbabwean team. As the shooters actually missed that one from South Africa, and Zim currently on the attack.
Nelly, do you grow after 20? You still continue growing, right?
I think up to 23, if I'm not mistaken, as far as height is concerned.
Yes.
Yeah, I think you stopped growing at 23 or so.
So I'm just wondering, is Tendazila still going to grow? Because she's probably 1.94, and
wow.
And she's still growing. She's 20 years old.
Almost 2 meters tall.
Yes.
Wow, I think her maximum height could actually be 2 meters.
Soon she'll be the height of Mary from Uganda.
From Uganda, that's right.
And talking about Uganda, what an intercept there by the goalkeeper of Zimbabwe.
Brilliant performance
has come to the play the last 2 quarters.
She has definitely pulled up herself and actually come back into the game the last quarter, and she's really not disappointing her team at this point.
Well, later on today, as we were speaking about Mary now of Uganda will be facing Malawi after this match, so do not go away.
Please do stay tuned and show these lovely athletes the pride and the joy that they deserve, because truly speaking, it has been a battlefield on this court. It is the second semi-final, Malawi versus Uganda, and it will be a joyous one as we're bringing it to you live on your screens. Still a 20-goal difference there. Zimbabwe battling it off. Have to play backwards there. Beautiful when I tell you she can escape those defenders and split them at the same time. She has been doing such a brilliant job. That is the GA of Zimbabwe. Nicole.
Against the goal shooter. That is Tandazile. They're causing a goal contact against the defender there.
Beautiful, excellent display there of shooting. Definitely takes a lot of skills, which of course does have South Africa making another change there.
As I said, you want to empty your bench, Nelly, and vest your players, take them off, give them a chance to interesting substitution.
So Kamo is coming through with the wing attack, and they are introducing a new GA there.
She just threw a bullet of a pass. It went straight through the hands of Marie Fenter.
Turnover there for Zimbabwe. The coach killer there, footwork there for the Zimbabwean side, and it is a penalty there, a free pass. And South Africa, look at the speed that they move in. Nicole taking GA.
Yes, Nicole Breed.
Yes. Lovely assist there. It's a Marie, and who sends it in there for South Africa.
I wonder when the coach is going to also give Carla a resting chance, the veteran.
Looks like Carla is not going anywhere. She looks like she's going to finish this one with just...
And it's one of those players, if she was a car, she'll have a speedometer probably over 150,000 kilometers, because she has done so much
I think
for
she
South
has
Africa.
definite... Oh, of course.
Patriotically.
With that magnitude of her playing and the exposure, I believe they definitely will have no other choice but to, play her every chance that they possibly can. Beautifully intercepted there from the wing defense. Lovely intercept. South Africa losing that one to Zimbabwe, still in their goal third. Zimbabwe losing that one again.
Problem, Nelly. You can't turn over the ball. And I don't know, it's a defender's disease. They'll get the ball, turn over the ball, and immediately after that, just chuck it back to the opponent and have to work again.
I don't know why they're in so much hurry. And as we introduced this quarter, I believe we did say that Zim really needed to take it very slow to accurately bring that ball back. However, the defense and the midcourt.
No, but it's a defender's disease. Have you noticed?
They just kill the ball midcourt.
Maybe they get excited.
I think it's an excitement thing, yeah. Instead, like I said, it takes a mental toll on you as well as a physical one, and sometimes all you can see is just ball forward, not thinking, and just passing it through.
Being a defender is a hard job. Remember, you have to run behind someone, anticipate their move, and still be able to think.
I mean, every position, they call it a very difficult position. Everyone calls it, every position is difficult. But I think wherever position that you are placed and put to, one just has to master it and really do their best at it, and it's not easy. It's not easy to be an athlete at all.
Have you played catch?
Have I played?
Have you ever played catch?
No, unfortunately not.
If you did, like myself, I'll prefer the one running instead of the one chasing.
Ah, I see. Of course. I know, but that is why you use age difference and body types and.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah, so you can't just put a very.
Yes, and we continue. It is 60 goals to 40 here at the Dome. The goal difference now 21. It's 61-40. Apologies. And South Africa just cruising to this one. It was anticipated for them as they're ranked a little bit higher than Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe, though, the last two quarters came to play, gave South Africa quite the game now in the last two quarters. A little bit too late, though.
That's right. That's right. I think Zimbabwe is really thrilled with having played 4 games, winning 2, and potentially, losing 2. And I think that is commendable. I'm not sure how that will affect them in the rankings, both continental as well as globally. But South Africa seemed to be holding fast and very steadfast on that first position ranking in Africa.
Yeah, but Zimbabwe didn't have it easy in the group stages.
That's right.
Remember, they beat Uganda slightly with a small deficit with 1 goal. And then they lost to Namibia with 1 goal. And the only game that was a bit comfortable for them was against Eswatini. So it has been a difficult group stage, and now they're in the semi-final also with Africa's highest ranked team.
That's right.
So it's really commendable, their performance so far.
And there you have it, the GS from Zimbabwe. Really, really tall.
At this stage of the game, most of the players would be saying, can the final whistle just come?
At this stage, I believe so.
It's been a long game. The goal deficit is there, but we're still fighting. I can see the defenders still working very hard.
The respect I have for these netball players.
Because if it was me, I would say, can the end come now? And my shoulders would drop. But you can see the Zimbabwean players, the shoulders are still up despite being behind. And that's sportsmanship for you.
And if you were a player, you wish would have been just granted, as it is the last and final whistle for this game. That was South Africa against Zimbabwe, with South Africa winning with a 63-41 goal. Ladies and gentlemen, it is the first semi-finals, and please do stay tuned as Malawi will be taking on Uganda for the second semi-finals.
Exactly 2 o'clock. So please, if you just joined us, get yourself some refreshments, get yourselves ready for another action-packed match awaits you when Malawi takes on Uganda for the second semi-final of the 2024 Africa Netball Cup.
Africa walking away victors in that first semi-final at the Netball Africa Cup, of course, 63-41 against Zimbabwe. Congratulations, first and foremost. How do you feel after that match?
No, I'm really proud of the team. We really came out and we stepped up, especially after the game that we had against Zambia yesterday. It was a great wake-up call for us to come out and really do so well against Zimbabwe.
Talk to us about tomorrow's fixture. You'll be taking on either Uganda or Malawi in that final at 2 o'clock. Talk to us about just moving into that final for tomorrow.
I think firstly I'm really excited and I'm really proud of the team for us to actually have made it to a final. I mean, we want to retain being the best in Africa, so we're going to have to be prepared for whoever we're going to play tomorrow, either Uganda or Malawi, making sure that we clean up our game. Yesterday was a great win, but there's a few things that we need to clean up, and we are happy that we have a chance to look at that and then come out tomorrow.
Congratulations once again and the best of luck for the final tomorrow.
Thank you very much.
There you have it, of course, the South African captain having a chat with us about their win against Zimbabwe. Of course, joining me now is the captain of Zimbabwe. Tough loss there for you guys in the semi-final. Talk to us about how you're feeling.
We really feel great with the performance we put out today. In fact, I know we didn't win, but that's a good improvement on Zimbabwean netball. So it's always step by step, and I believe in the next 2 years we will be one of the big nations netball to reckon.
You're talking about step by step. Next up is either Uganda or Malawi, depending on who loses in the next semi-final. How are you prepared for that third place playoff for tomorrow?
We're just going to give it out our best, and of course today I think we played much better as compared to last night, and I believe if we take all the positives and correct all the mistakes that we've done today, I think we'll be good to get a bronze medal.
Congratulations on the valiant effort so far, and best of luck for that third off playoff.
Thank you.
There you have it, of course, the captains of South Africa and Zimbabwe just giving us their brief thoughts after semi-final number 1. Of course, semi-final number 2 up and coming as Uganda faces Malawi, and then thereafter Namibia will be taking on Zambia in the 5th and 6th playoff for the Netball Africa Cup. So don't move your feet.